Walking, just came out of a couple meetings. It was fantastic. There were 2-hour meetings each one, but it was well worth it. Now I got some new clients, so I'm very happy, extremely happy actually. Now today, this video is targeted for those people who are trying to build a personal brand online. And today, let's even be a little bit more specific. Let's talk about Instagram, right? So there's so many people that I know personally, or that I've met, or that I hear that they want to build a personal brand. They want to build an Instagram page because they want to motivate, they want to inspire, they want to help others, right? Which is great in everything, right? But there's a huge problem with that, The problem is that their bio. So people create all these Instagram pages, right? They mean well. A lot of them have great stories. They're very inspiring. They have a backstory. Maybe they have had a certain type of disease or a certain type of obstacle in their life, or maybe they've gone through something, and they want to share this story, and at the same time teach people what they've learned throughout their experience. There's nothing bad with that. And us as people, we need that. We need to hear stories. We need to hear experiences, because that's what connects us to other people, to other folks, right? But here's the problem. This is why a lot of personal brand or Instagram pages don't work. It's because of this. Because when people land on an Instagram bio, there's 2 things they immediately look at. 2 things. Number 1, the profile pic, and number 2, they look at the writing, the biography, the bio that you wrote on your Instagram page. That's the first thing they look at. And if it's not catchy, if it's not appealing, guess what? They're not gonna keep scrolling down. It's very, very unlikely that they will continue to scroll down. Very unlikely. Because I've seen pages where they have amazing posts, great pictures, good videos, good content. That guy or that woman or whoever's in the video, they speak well and they mean well, and the message is amazing. But so many people don't follow them back, or don't want, or they don't get the same amount of views that probably I get or someone else gets. Why? Because their writing and their profile pic on their Instagram page, it's very simple, sucks. It sucks, or it doesn't catch the person. It's not catchy. Now, I'm not saying you have to write I'm not saying you have to write like word bait, where you're like, would you like to learn how to make $1 million today? No, I'm not saying you have to do that either, right? But when you write that bio, it's very important that when you write it has to convey a couple of things. It has to show what your brand is about, what you're about, right? But most importantly, why should the person landing on that page, why should they follow you? Why? What are they gonna get out of it? Yeah, you might say, because I'm there to help you, I'm there to inspire you. Okay, but you need to be more specific. 10 million people can say the exact same things, literally the exact same things. Does that mean that people are gonna want to stay now? No, because it's very cliche. It's not different from everyone else. So why should that? You have to think. Why should that person, when they land on my Instagram page, why should they stay? What are they receiving from my posts, from my videos, from my images? What are they receiving? How will their day get better, or what will they learn that will help them in the long run? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. So what I suggest is this. When you write that bio, the first sentence needs to be appealing. It needs to be appealing. For example, let's say you were writing an Instagram page, let's say you were creating an Instagram page about something related in the health field, right? So let's say that you wanted to create an Instagram page. Maybe you're a chiropractor, maybe you're a physical therapist, maybe you're someone in the nursing area, right? And you want to give tips on how people can take care of themselves body-wise, and for the muscular system or the skeletal system, or or so forth, right? So when you write that bio, the first sentence must be appealing. For example, you could write, "Did you know that every 5 minutes 10,000 people break their bones?" Something appealing like that. Now, I'm not saying it has to be exactly like that, but you guys can get the gist of it. It has to be specific. It has to be specific, and it has to be catchy. You can't just write, "This page will teach you about bones and muscles." No, that's not catchy enough. It has to grab their attention, like, wow, I didn't know that. It has to be either a crazy fact, a statistic, or something about your brand that is just, really, you guys do that? Or you teach that? Or really, you do that? Or you went through that? See, something like that. You need to catch that person immediately in the first 5 seconds, or even less. So when they read that, they're like, okay, let me go to the second sentence. After you write that, right, you would want to write something about your brand. Like who you are, like what is this page about? So let's say we're talking about here about the financial industry and everything. So we're speaking about that. And let's say that the page is created for that, and more specifically for college students. So the first line, you could write something like, and again, you don't have to write this exact same thing, but you play around with it. It's very simple. You play around with the words. But I'm just giving you guys an example. So every 10 seconds, a student realizes he owes more than $50,000 in student loans. That's just an example. Line number 2 now says, learn how to become the ultimate college student and save enough money by the time you graduate from your bachelor's or master's or something like that. And then the third line or fourth line, right, is basically just a call to action. Just a call to action. What do you want that person who's viewing it, what do you want them to do? Do you want them, I don't know, to go visit your Facebook page? Because you could also put a link on the bio of your Instagram. But just because you put a link, it doesn't mean people are gonna go and click on it. It doesn't mean that at all. No. So what you have to do is you have to say a call to action. Hey, visit my website and download this free ebook. And then you can even put like emojis of the arrow pointing down, and people will they'll get the message and they'll click on the link, right? Or you can say, or visit my YouTube channel where you can get 7 free tips, whatever the case is. But again, it's a call to action. So the first one, you want to get the person's attention, get their attention. Number 2, talk about what your page or your brand is about. And number 3, a call to action. It's that simple. But you have to think about it. And this takes about anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour. But don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you'll never put words, you will never put new words, or you will never change the writing of your Instagram bio, or you'll just never do it because you'll think it's too hard and you'll procrastinate. But start with something, make it at least okay, and then later on you can continue to change it up. I always believe in that, where a lot of people see the reason why a lot of people fail when it comes to building personal brands or businesses or whatever the case is because they have the perfection syndrome, which is they're waiting for that perfect idea, that perfect business plan, perfect anything, but it has to be perfect. I have some news for you guys. That's never gonna come, never gonna come. As you continue to grow and build whatever you have or whatever you wanna build, that's when it starts to grow. That's when you start to get new ideas and you start to alternate stuff or change stuff or eliminate stuff. And that's how you get better in time. Everything's gonna take time, but you gotta start now. So get a piece of paper, or get a couple friends who are good in English, or some people who are great in hypnotic writing. You want to find someone, if you're really struggling with this, try to find someone who is good at writing, or has a way with words, or has studied copywriting, or knows the art of hypnotic writing. You sit down with them, invite them to a cup of coffee, right? Or just speak with them, or if they're your friends, even better, right? And just write it with them, right? Write it down and make it catchy, not cliche, but catchy enough that the person wants to continue to read. So guys, because I see this so many times when people mess this process up. Again, first line, you want to grab their attention. Then speak about your brand or about your personal page, and then a call to action. It's that simple. And make sure that your profile pic looks good. All right. It doesn't have to be you in a suit or you in a dress or a skirt or looking all fancy, but at least a decent picture, something interesting, something that catches the eye, something. But it definitely has to be you, or even your logo. But if you're gonna put a logo, make sure it's a catchy logo, right? Find a good logo designer. If you don't know how to do it, get someone. Or if someone's too expensive, go on Fiverr.com. They have extremely cheap prices, and they do excellent jobs on Fiverr.com. For logo designs, they're very good. I promise you that. And no, I do not get paid to shout out Fiverr or to promote them. This is something that I've used years ago, but they do work. It does work. All right, guys. So go check that out. Do that. Make sure you create a catchy logo to put it on the profile pic, or your picture is catchy. All right, because you want to catch the eye. Instagram is a very visual platform, or open visual platform. So now that you know this, now that you know the secret, you know that everything is about visuals. Take advantage of that. Don't put up a boring picture of just you there and the profile pic. No, be creative. Take different types of angles. Put something unique. Or something that works a lot too is your Snapchat icon. That's what I have, and it works perfect. And I get a lot of people from my Instagram that go to my Snapchat and they add me. That's another great marketing tool. I don't know, I've noticed in these videos, what I tend to do is I tend to go like in little rants. So I'll give you the information that's in the title, but if you really pay attention, I always give you like little bits and pieces that will definitely help you out. Okay, guys? So I'm gonna end it here. All right? I'm gonna end it here. So guys, take care. Thank you so much for listening, and remember the process. And actually do it. Don't take forever, okay guys? Thank you so much. And until next time.